Now let us see how we prove theorems. Now theorems are usually given as a statement which we are supposed to prove by giving different reasons which will support the statement what we are supposed to prove. Now, here the statement what is given to us is the opposite angles formed by two intersecting lines are of equal measures. So, that means there will be two intersecting lines which are given to us, and when these two intersecting lines are given to us, there are opposite angles which are formed. And what have we to prove? That they are of equal measures. Now, since this is given to us, that is two intersecting lines, then whenever we start a theorem, first of all, we have to write down what is given to us. So, first side heading will be what is given to us. After given, we write down what are we supposed to prove. Like here, we are supposed to prove that these opposite angles formed are of equal measures. So, we have to write down which are the opposite angles formed and which of them we have to prove they are equal to each other. And then the third step is to write the proof, how we prove that the opposite angles formed by two intersecting lines are of equal measures. Now, to write the three parts that is given to prove and proof, first we have to have a figure, and that figure is based on this question, that is that there are opposite angles formed by two intersecting lines. Now look here at this figure. We have here two lines. These two lines are intersecting. Intersecting means they meet at a point. Which are the lines? They are line PQ and line RS. They meet at which point? They meet at the point O. So here we can write in given, we have line PQ and line RS intersect at point, they meet at this point O, such that what? This O lies between the points P and Q. So, O lies between P and Q. To write in a symbolic way that this point O lies between P and Q, what we do is write O in the center and write P and Q on either side, and see that all the three are separated by small horizontal lines. So O is lying between P and Q. You also see that O lies between R and S, because O is the intersecting point of both these lines. So, and O lies between R and S. So, I write here O lies between R and S. So, let us see what we write in given. Line PQ and line RS intersect at point O such that this point O lies between P and Q, and also O lies between the points R and S or S and R. What is the next part we have to write? To prove. What are we supposed to prove? What did we say? We have to prove that the opposite angles formed are of equal measures. Which are the opposite angles? Now you see here the opposite angles which we see are angle POR and angle SOQ. So this is one pair of opposite angles, and also we have this as one more pair of opposite angles. Okay, so we will write angle POR equal to angle SOQ. To prove angle POR is equal to angle SOQ. Second one, angle POS equal to angle ROQ. So I write here angle POS is equal to angle ROQ. Now this is the second part where we wrote the two pairs of opposite angles which are formed should be equal to each other. Now let us see how we prove it. Now you look here, we have here one angle POR and this angle ROQ. Clearly to us we can understand that this angle POR plus angle ROQ forms a straight line. Therefore they are angles in a linear pair, or they form a linear pair. So I can say angle POR plus angle ROQ is equal to 180 degrees because they are angles in the linear pair. So let me write here angle POR plus angle ROQ is equal to 180 degrees. This reason is angles in a linear pair. Okay, now you look at the figure again. Now if we see angle ROQ plus angle QOS, that also forms a straight line, that is they also form 180 degrees. Angle ROQ plus angle QOS forms a straight line, and a straight line is 180 degrees. Why is the sum of these two angles 180 degrees? Again the same reason, because angles in a linear pair. Therefore we'll write the second line angle ROQ plus angle QOS. Angle ROQ plus angle QOS is equal to 180 degrees. Again the same reason, that is angles in a linear pair. Now these two statements which I wrote of the proof, I have marked them as 1 and marked it as 2. What is the reason I have marked it as 1 and 2? Because if you look at the right hand side of both these equations, you have 180 degrees on the right hand side. It means that both of these are equal to each other. If both of these are equal to each other, then what can we say from 1 and 2 statement? That angle POR plus angle ROQ is equal to angle ROQ plus angle QOS. So I write here, therefore angle POR, I am writing the left hand side of first statement is equal to left hand side of second statement. So angle POR plus angle ROQ equal to angle ROQ plus angle QOS. Now you see on both the sides there is one angle which is common to both the sides. And which is that angle? We see here we have angle ROQ, and on the other side also we have angle ROQ. So this angle can be eliminated. Okay, so that means we eliminate means what? It can be cancelled out. So when I cancel out here, what happens? We write the reason eliminating means removing. Eliminating angle ROQ, what is left? angle POR is equal to angle QOS. Angle POR is equal to angle QOS. So that means I have proved one pair of opposite angles, one pair of angles are congruent to each other. Let us confirm whether this is one pair of opposite angles, angle POR and angle QS. Look at the figure, angle POR and angle QS. So that is one pair of opposite angles. Similarly, we can also prove that angle POS is equal to angle ROQ. Okay, so instead of writing the steps again, and since the steps are similar, to prove that the other pair of opposite angles are also congruent, we just write similarly. Since we have proved now, what have we proved? That angle POR is equal to angle SOQ or angle QS. So what are we to prove again? Angle POS is equal to angle ROQ, and the steps are similar. So we just say similarly we can prove that angle POS equal to angle ROQ. Similarly, it can be proved that angle POS is equal to angle ROQ. So this is how we prove and complete the theorem. So the three important steps while solving a theorem are given, to prove, and proof. Which in given we write down what is given to us. To prove, we write down what are we supposed to prove in this theorem, and then we start with the proof where we write all the supporting statements which help us to support and complete the theorem to prove what we are supposed to achieve at the end of the theorem.